Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Zebu Nation Plays, the FM Scout Academy Challenge here with FC Dallas. It's a very special episode here because we have the U.S. Cup final. Now, FC Dallas has never won the U.S. Cup, but they've been to the Champions League through other means, through winning the Supporters' Shield or through winning, well, I guess they haven't won the MLS Cup either, but they've gotten to the Champions League in other ways. But this way, if we win the Cup and we get to the Champions League, that'll be one of our goals for this season, down for sure. In the books, as they say. So as you can see, we're almost to the end of the season. Only 5 more MLS games to go. 3 away games, 2 home games. And right now, in competition-wise, we're looking pretty good. Maybe. There we are. We've dropped to 3rd place, but we're essentially tied with Houston. They've got 1 less game than us and 1 more win, so that's going to be difficult to overcome. But we do have the goal differential on them with a plus 15. So if we can work things out, get as many wins as they've got, then we can move up to that 2nd spot. Nobody's catching Seattle. They've only got 2 losses all season. But if you take a look at their schedule and look at those losses, we've got a draw against them. So, that's a game we should have won. Honestly, we were up 2-1 for quite a while. And then they beat us 2-1 away. So I think we can play with Seattle on a, 1 game or 2 game series. But in terms of regular season, they're definitely running away with the league. Let's see. What else do we need to look at here? Finances are fine. Board, we're still untouchable. That's good. We're looking for affiliate clubs again. Still not happening. Club-wise, we're fine. Transfers are something I wanted to look at real quick, just to see transfer history. So here's the thing about MLS, is you get to a point in the season, which was today, actually, and they have this restricted transfer window, which means you can't make any changes after this date to your club's registration. So you can't bring in any new players and have them play in the MLS. So just to make sure that we had enough players that we could avoid problems with injuries, I brought up 2 of my loan players and pulled them back to the club. So it's David Lopez, who is a goalkeeper, and let's see, who's the other guy I brought back up? Look at the teams; it's not showing there. I brought back fullback. Where'd he go? There he is. Hindeman. He played last season. He's looking pretty good. He's had a good season down there in the under 18s, I guess you'd say. The FC Dallas Juniors Club is what I meant to say. He's had a good season down there, but their season is coming to an end, so I figured I'd bring him back up. He's got the flexibility to play left or right fullback, so he was a good pickup. And then I brought up another player from the academy. I brought up Ron Searle, a central midfielder, one of our better physical specimens down there. He's only 16 years old, but I brought him up because he wasn't playing in the juniors. We have other midfielders who are getting time ahead of him, so he really wasn't getting any time down there. So I figured I'd bring him up with the main team, train him up, and get him a little bit of experience up here, and also a little bit more depth in the midfield should we need it, should we experience some injuries. Let's see. Recent form has been pretty good. A little up and down. Our last 5 games, 2 losses, 2 wins, and a draw. So essentially even in the last 5 games. We haven't been able to put together too many great runs. There was one run here in July that was pretty good, sort of undefeated in July, I guess. Well, no, that's not true. July 1st we had a... So after July 1st, we went undefeated for the month of July. And so that was a decent run, but we just haven't been able to pull away and keep that second place spot in the Western Conference. We did have one significant victory here, a 5-1 thrashing of Portland. It was just an exceptional game. Washington, our strikers, had 4 goals in that game, so it was a great performance for him. And then we came home. I played a fully rotated side against Minnesota. I thought we were gonna pull off the 1-1 draw with all of our reserves in there, but we couldn't quite hold on at the end. And then the final problem, the final thing to look at here, our goalkeeper got injured. Gonzalez been injured for 6 weeks, I think was his injury rating. So this is the 4th or 5th week, so he's still out on injured reserve. We've been going with the 17-year-old David Lopez from our academy. He's a decent goalkeeper, but he's got a lot of things to worry about. Communication is not good. Eccentricity, if you can say that word. Handling and kicking are not quite there. Reflexes aren't the greatest. They're okay, but he's only 17 years old, so he's got a lot of stuff to learn, and he's learning it on the job. It hasn't been too bad recently. Can we look at his stats? Yeah, so he's 6 appearances. He's allowed 7 goals, 2 shutouts though. So I don't know, not great. You don't want to allow more than a goal per game as a goaltender. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do, and he's been thrown into the fire. Let's see. Anything else? I think that'll do it. For the pregame stuff, who are we playing in this competition here? We are playing DC United in the finals. They have not had a good season. They're down at the bottom of the Supporter Shield, 22nd in the Supporter Shield. So this is their Super Bowl. This is everything in their season rests on winning the U.S. Cup. That's the only thing available to them to win. We beat them in the Lamar Hunt Pioneer Cup. If that's exciting to them, I don't know. But yeah, so they're going to put everything they have into this game. Luckily, we're going to put everything we have into this game as well. Like I said, I played a fully rotated team last game, and so we have all of our starters 100% fit, except for our goalkeeper, of course, who's injured. So it looks like they've been playing very defensive lately. They 4-4-1 with a defensive midfielder in between. That is an incredibly defensive formation, so we'll see what they actually come out with. And of course, we're going with the 4-4-2 diamond narrow. Lopez in goal, as I mentioned. Cole, Hedges, Zimmerman, Acosta, our regular starting defense is there. Kitchen in at defensive midfielder. He's back from an injury, feeling much better. Ulloa, Pamacale, and Velasquez in the midfield, just like mostly. Been subbing out Cannon for Velasquez every other game, so he can play just fine. Then at strikers, Akindele is back from international play with Team Canada, so we're going to be playing him. Been playing him at the defensive forward support role, and he's been thriving in that role. Target man attack for Washington. That's where he scored his four goals last time. So hopefully he can repeat that performance. Those marking has gone down. Long shots and off the ball have gone up a little bit. Got him training. I think we got him training off the ball, so that's good. He definitely needs to work on that. And he scored a couple of his goals last game by moving well off the ball. So very good for him. All right, let's move to the submit button here. Get ready for this pivotal match. This is very important to our season because we're not going to win the Supporter Shield, obviously, with Seattle running away with it. I guess we could win the MLS Cup. That's still a possibility because we're going to make the playoffs. So if we don't win this cup, there's still a chance to get into the Champions League, but I really want to secure that Champions League berth in this final game. So here we go. They are going with that weird defensive formation, sort of the X gonna give it to you formation. So we'll try to close down on that. I guess we'll go after their striker and their wingers. Doesn't look like their fullbacks are coming forward. Their central defense is a little bit forward. That's interesting. We might be able to get behind them. Anything else? No, I think we're okay. I finally set up my positional defense. My positional, what do you call that? Instructions. So I took that out of the way. I made a couple of specialty plays as well. Corners and free kicks and stuff like that. I've done it before, but I don't know, just sort of give it a shot to try to get the ball to our players who've been making plays in that area. So like try to get the ball to Hedges and Zimmerman, at the near post and the far post. Try to get the ball to Washington at the penalty spot, stuff like that. Here's lovely Toyota Stadium. Kind of a hazy night here in Dallas. Got the lights on. Yeah, refs and the team captains at midfield for the coin toss. Is there a coin toss? I don't think there's a coin toss. So I don't know what they're doing. They're just shaking hands and trading armbands or whatever. Akindele making his presence felt. Let's get it out wide. Oh, the defense does his job for him. Cole, come on. I really need to improve his crossing. His crossing is still single digits. I think it's 8 or 9. Pamakel's got a dead leg. Ooh, that's no good. He's still 80%. We'll let him finish out the half with his dead leg. Here's a free kick from Velasquez. Gets it on target. Oh, he does not get the goal, but Washington gathers in the rebound to no avail. All right, let's get the ball back. There we go. Cole, let's settle it. That's an interesting way to settle it down, but Washington's going to make an interesting play, but Akindele was double covered. They're definitely keeping an eye on him. But as you can see, he was set at the defensive forward role, and he was still the first man in the box there. He was still ready to receive that pass. Let's see, get it out wide again to Cole. There it is. Oh, Akindele. Come on. We're not going to put up with this. We're going to tell them to concentrate. There's another free kick from Velasquez, this time off somebody's forehead. Hedges settle the ball down. Let's see. All right, Velasquez, you're a little bit too far back. We don't have anybody going attacking into the box. I don't know what Acosta's been doing lately. He's not getting the ball out there on the left side. Our attack recently has been going mostly through the right side, through Cole. There's a wasted play. Acosta is just not going forward. Maybe that's just not his thing. Might need to train him up a little bit and have him get forward as often as possible. Midfield's being outnumbered. Our midfield is always outnumbered. All right, so they might be getting a highlight here. Turney down the near side. Centers it. Ooh, there's a one ball there. Jeffrey, get it stolen. There it is. Pamakel with his dead leg. Washington heads it on to nobody in particular. Oh, but there's a terrible turnover. Akindele with it. Settles it down all the way back to Acosta on the near far sideline, that is. Practicing my play-by-play skills. Kitchen to Uloa. See, he's going to take a long shot. He does. That's kind of been a trend with him lately, even though he's not that great at shooting long. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to shoot the ball. I'm okay with it. Kitchen on the corners. So he gets it. He tried to get that to the penalty spot. Nobody there particularly. Kitchen, he fires it back in. No avail. Uloa again with another long shot. If he's going to persist, I'm going to have to train him up either to not do that, which I don't like doing, or give him powerful shots. So what's his long shots? His 10? That's not the worst thing in the world. All right, they get a highlight here. Sam, get it stolen. Nope. Almost got the steal out there, but Sam gets it back. Good defensive play. Now we're on the counterattack. Pamukale, dead legging it down the field. Washington, get it up to Akindele. There we go. DC is playing some very disciplined defense on the back line. They're not allowing us to get our breakaways. Our crosses aren't hitting. Working the ball in the box isn't quite working. Offsides by Cole. Good job. Good job. So we are controlling the ball, which is good. We had to keep the ball away from them because we have that young goalkeeper in the back. Don't need him facing a lot of shots. Kitchen cleaning up the mess. Let's see if Washington can get it down there. We might have to put Akindele on advance forward so that we fire the ball down to him a little bit more on like a counterattack sort of situation. Cole's making runs. There's Acosta finally getting forward. Ulloa, get it forward to Cole. Here it is. He's going to shoot. Yep. He's definitely an offensive fullback. He loves to get forward. He loves to go to the goal and try to get his own goal. You know, maybe he should pass it a little bit more, but there we go. He tried that to the far post. Hedges couldn't get there. There it is. Let's see. Velasquez gets it stolen. That's one of his problems. He does get... I like to have a big, strong, obviously advanced midfielder. I mean, I like to have big, strong no matter what position, but I feel it's definitely important for advanced midfielder because they get... that happens quite a bit. If they're not strong, if they don't have the physical ability to hold defenders off, then they get the ball stolen quite a bit, and that's not good for your offensive flow. All right. So our strikers are looking motivated. Let's look at our tactics. Going to make Akindele the advanced forward, put him on the attack. I think we've controlled the match, so that I don't know that there's much we want to change here. Maybe we could have them get a little bit more expressive, but I don't know about that. With this young team, I don't like to do that. So let's go back to the pep talk. Say, keep going, you can still win. All right, so we're looking motivated. We're still looking good. Health-wise, everybody's pretty good. Have to sub out Pamukale at some point, but for now, we'll leave him in. Him and his dead leg. All right, so here we are on the defense to start out the second half. Let's see if Cole can get the steal. Almost. Yeah, they're not breaking through our defense very well either. You know, we do have probably one of the best, if not the best, back lines in the MLS. You know, midfield is a little bit of an issue for us because we're so young in the midfield. We have, like, you know, everybody under 24 years old in our midfield. Nobody there for that free kick. Cole with that speed. I love that speed for Cole. Washington, no. He just booted that one into next week. Yeah, that was a very good draft pick, if I do say so myself. That's 16 pace out there at a fullback position. He makes so many plays just by getting to the ball first. Kitchen gets a yellow card. I would say get stuck in, but we don't really need to get stuck in. We're stealing the ball just fine from these guys. There's the forward pass to Akindele, and there's the goal. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. 15th goal of the season. So looking at the, I was looking at the records for FC Dallas, and you know, online on their actual site, and they haven't had somebody score this many goals in quite a while. I think since 2008 or 2009. The last time somebody scored more than 11 goals for FC Dallas. So our strikers are doing well. All right. need to make some substitutions. There it is. No. How did that not go in? Velasquez with the free kick. Off the crossbar, but it bounces out instead of bounces in. It looked like, well, actually it bounced straight down, which is kind of ridiculous. Okay, so we have a few substitutions to make. Bring in Van de Castile to get rid of that yellow card. Going to put him on defensive midfielder in the defense role, just to tighten that up a little bit on the back line. Then Pamecale, we can get his dead leg out of there with Leyva. He's an advanced playmaker. I'd like to put a more defensive guy there, but I don't really want to. I don't really have one available. I mean, I could put Hollingshead in there, but I'm going to need him probably to sub out Acosta. Acosta's looking nervous for some reason. He hasn't played a good game. 6.9 rating, better than Zimmerman. 6.3 rating. But anyway, we got the goal lead. I'm not going to switch into counterattack just yet. I'm gonna check out these highlights and see if they start pushing the ball forward, which I'm sure they're going to do at some point. But I don't want to prematurely change strategy if we're dominating possession and holding the ball. You know, I could tell our guys to waste more time, but they don't, you know. There's Washington. Nice shot. Cole with the rebound. No good there. But you know what? If they're not going to press us, if they're not going to try to win the ball, then I'll be happy to just hold on to it. There's our big Jumbotron in the background. It's showing our... That's funny. Velasquez with a free kick. Tries to get it to Washington at the penalty spot. No good. Loses possession. Now here's DC on the counterattack. And he's going to get it stolen. No. Here they are on the rush. Franklin. Oh, does Lopez make the save? He does. Our 17-year-old goalkeeper. Okay. So let's change our instructions. Counterattack. Get back. Get stuck in. More direct passing. Okay, so we don't want to get counterattacked like that again. So we'll just start firing the ball downfield and see what happens. There we go. Ulloa heads it out. Can't tell who's that racing for the ball with De Leon, but not one of our faster players. So it's probably Van de Castile, but he is chasing De Leon down. There we go. Good steal by Acosta with the header. Gets it back. Ulloa. We're still on our control game at the moment. So this is okay. Cole, is he going to get it in? No. Centers it back for Leyva, our substitute. Costa out wide, gets it stolen. But Van de Castile is there to clean up the mess. Nice. I love it when our defensive midfielder does that. Saves the possession, but then he loses the ball. No. Here's DC on the counterattack. They've got numbers, but he decides to just fire it wide. That's probably why they've lost a lot of games. If he'd have just stopped and looked back. Alright, so we got one less sub to make. I'm thinking Acosta. He's pretty tired. Well, you know, he's tired, but he's had a bounce back. He's brought his rating up to 7. So who's our lowest rated guy is still Zimmerman, 6.6 rating. So I could bring in Johnson back there. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Bring in Johnson, shore up that defense. Alright. Hopefully that's not catastrophic, but there's Van de Castile. Hello. Would have been nice if Washington had tried to go get that. There's Acosta, still making plays. Glad I didn't sub him out. Washington's looking a little tired here. Oh, down to Acosta, out wide. Still have our fullbacks in attack mode. That might not be the best idea in the world. But can't do anything about that right now. We'll just, move the ball around. Oh, get it out wide to Cole. Let's see if he can get in. Akindele double covered, and Cole with a terrible corner. Terrible cross. But we get the corner out of it anyway. Good man. Uloa on the corner because we took Kitchen out. Tries near posts. It's defended well. Back into Hedges. It's always a good attempt to get the ball to Hedges. Alright, we've made our sub. 2 minutes left in the game. Just need to win a couple of more balls, and we are going to the Champions League. There's Johnson with a header. DC gathers it in, but there's Acosta with a steal. Washington, I really wish you would come back for the ball. Cole with a steal. Is he going to pump it forward? Pump it forward, Akindele. Running out the clock. Less than a minute to go in stoppage. Akindele takes it to the corner. Centers it. Washington is not aggressive today. I don't know what his deal is. He just hasn't gone for the ball. That's got to be something to do with his mentalities. So I gotta look at those. Maybe that's aggression. Maybe that's off the ball. I don't think it's off the ball. But what makes a guy go get the ball? To look at that. Yellow card for Cole. They get a free kick out of it. To no avail. Velasquez is there to clean it up. All right, stoppage time is done. There we are. 1-0 victory in the Champions League. In the U.S. Cup. That sends us to the Champions League. There we go. Congratulations. Enjoy the moment, boys. You deserve it. We have a cup victory for this second season of the Academy Challenge. That's very good for such a young team. You saw earlier videos, we average under 23 years old for our team. Take a look at the stats here. Hedges with a 7.1 rating, not the greatest. Akindele gets the man of the match with an 8.3 rating and a goal. 1 key pass. Let's take a look at the full analysis here. Cole played well, 94% pass completion. That's really good for an attacking fullback. 26 interceptions from Hedges. He played an excellent game back there. Acosta ran a lot, 10.4 miles. Man. 12 interceptions for Kitchens, 88 passes for Promikel, 119 completed passes for Velasquez. That's good. That's what we want our offense going through our advanced midfielder. That's our system. That's how we play. So that's good. Washington, yeah. The lone disappointment really, I think, is Washington. He's a bit unstable at the moment. I don't know if that's really a good word, unstable, but can't count on him. So he's got 12 aggression. That's pretty good. Maybe it's his anticipation. His concentration are not great. So we need to work on his mental stats. He obviously has all the physical stats in the world. His technical stats aren't bad either. With his finishing and first touch and heading all, very good for a striker. So I think that's where we'll start focusing his training on. His up the ball went up to 12, so that's good. We'll start really focusing on whatever mental abilities we can train him on. Composure, I think, is one you can train him on. Decision making, maybe. Positioning, teamwork, all that stuff. Whatever we can train him on mentally, that's what we'll start. Gonna bring in a mind guru. Bring him in. So there we are. Achievement unlocked. Cup glory. FC Dallas wins the U.S. Cup. FC Dallas will certainly look back at some great wins along the way, with perhaps the most notable including a 3-2 win versus New York, 1-0 win versus Los Angeles, 4-2 penalty win over Atlanta United. That was a big win. And then 2-1 extra time victory over OKC. So yeah, we went to 2 overtime games to win this cup. Put a lot of effort, a lot of energy into winning this cup. Like I said, we played, our full our best team in these matches just to make sure that we won. And even doing that, we still managed to stay, pretty high at least in the Western Conference. We're not that low in the Supporters Shield either. We're 6th in the Supporters Shield. So even focusing on the Cups with a young team, we're still able to perform well in the league. So I think this season has been a success. We just need to finish out these last 5 games, get into the playoffs, and see what other kind of damage we can do. All right, so that's it for now. I'll come back at the end of the season and give a little end of the season wrap up, and then we'll go on to the playoffs. So I'll see you then. Bye.